Hello everyone, welcome. This is Kathleen with Be Again Books, and I'm really happy to be here today. I want to say a warm welcome to those of you who are new. I've just recently had a bit of a bump in my subscribers, and so welcome if you are new to my channel. I hope you'll feel comfortable here making comments and like my videos if you think you can do that for me. And leave me feedback. I'm happy to try to respond to your needs. And welcome as well to all of my old friends, because I value our community, and I'm pleased to have more people join us. So today I want to, I've been trying to get these green tapestry journals finished, and this one is pretty much decorated. I still need to do some ephemera for it, but so I'm catching up with this second one, and I wanted to do one of my favorite things is this little, it's a do-it-yourself jeweler's envelope, large in size. Often the real jeweler's envelopes are kind of smaller than this, but this, I have made this as a template to keep in my pocket pouch, because I want to be reminded to use it. And it is a lot like this hinged journal page flip over element. And I just realized, I don't think this is an old video, and I think that I will need to go look for it and put it in the pocket patterns, because I will put that in the playlist in case you're interested in this one. I did this recently also with the cluster journal, and so I will link that video and then put the template in the pocket patterns with a link to the old video where I first did that. Been about a year ago now. Anyway, it works the same in a journal. It goes over a plain page, and then you know, both sides are decorated. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make one of these today. But this is the way I have it decorated for this journal. I've just made a lace pocket here for the front, done this cute little tag and a flower. There's a safety pin, and then I've used for ephemera, I've used just a Tim Holtz die cut. I've used sandpaper and made some marks and grunged it up a little. And then this is one of my crayon rubbing index cards, and I also did a video about that a few days ago, about a week ago, I guess. And so I will link that video in the description box too. So you get 2 links today. Anyway, so I've decorated this side with this pretty lace pocket, and I've decorated the opposite side, the flip side, just with a little bit of lace and a sticker and some washi tape. So it's not hard, and that's going to fit over the top here. We'll do that a little later. So, but let me show you how to make these. It's an extremely versatile element, I think, and it uses 12 by 12 paper. So let's just pretend we're going to make a boho style. You can use this for any style of journal. It starts out just with a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and you cut it down to 9 by 12. So 9 by 12 is also the measurement for like sketch pads or construction paper. So yeah, and you can make it smaller as well, obviously, but we're going to make a large one today. So the first thing you do, it's going to help if you have a scoreboard. So let me show you the first score, and then I'm going to show you how to do it if you don't have a scoreboard. So I'm going to make the first score is at 1/2 inch. And see, my scoreboard is small, so it runs out, but that's okay. Then I'm going to fold that up, and I'm going to start here in the middle and then just try to come in from this kind of thing, making the fold so that it folds straight. Yeah. Okay. And that's going to be this bottom fold right up here. Okay. And then now I'm going to put the scoreboard away for a minute and show you how to do it if you don't have a scoreboard. I just use, I use this a lot for different things, for when I stamp and I just need a little bit of a cushion. This is a placemat, a cheap placemat. I think I got this at Walmart, but I've seen them at the dollar store, or you could get some craft foam, or you can just use a computer mouse pad, but something that gives, or even a folded dish towel, something that gives you a little cushion, because now what we're going to do is we're going to measure, and I've got to get on my tiptoes, and I think I better do it on here so that I can get an accurate measurement. I'm going to pencil. We're going to come in 2.5 inches, okay, and make a mark, and then we're going to come down here and make another mark at 2.5 inches, and then we're going to come in from this side 2.5, and up here 2.5. Now, instead of drawing a line, we're going to draw that line with, I'm going to use my bone folder, or the little score tool from the paper scoreboard. If you don't have a tool like this, you can use the back side of a kitchen knife if you're careful. And then we're just going to, as if we were drawing a line, we're going to score that all the way down. And because there's a cushion underneath, you can see now there's a score line. We're going to do this again on this side. You don't want to push too hard or you'll cut the paper, but there. Okay, now we have those two scores. I'm going to put that away. And now we're going to fold. I'm going to fold these both in on that line. And then I'm going to turn it around and fold this one in on that line, on that score line. A scoreboard is nice because it gives you a really nice score, and so it folds a little easier. But if you don't have one, you don't have one. So fold that, make sure that's flat. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open it up and we're going to cut the bottom a little bit on the angle like this. And then we're going to cut this off just a little bit higher than the fold so that it doesn't interfere with the fold. Okay. So there's the bottom. So these are going to come up and that's going to come up and form the bottom of the pocket. See? Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to measure down. So I like, this one is approximately 4 by 7. And that that makes a nice, it hangs nice on the page. But depending on how big your journal is, obviously, your page, you need to make it, you know, fit the page. So these measurements may be a little different for you, but I'm going to go ahead and make this one 7 again. So up from the bottom, I'm going to make a mark at 7. And then this is going to give me, what's the measurement of the flap? The flap is 4.5. So I could come down 4.5 and make the measurement that way as well. So you can come up from the bottom or down from the top, either way. And then I'm going to use the scoreboard again on this, because I'm going to fold this over. And then I'm just going to come in 4.5. You know, this makes it easier when you have a scoreboard, because there's already the measurements on there. Okay. All right. So, but you can use, you know, the ruler method if you don't have a scoreboard. Okay, so now that's going to be our flap. So now we just need to cut this off. So we're going to cut down this way first, and we're going to cut on the inside of the fold. We're going to cut down to this fold, okay, and on the other side as well. Okay, now this is the next tricky part. So we can put this away because we're done with that now. Now I'm going to fold this. I'm not going to crease it, but I'm going to fold this here because I want this inside, and I'm not going to trust my fingers. I'm going to put a clamp on this right here. Okay. And now I'm going to come up from this side, and I'm going to come down about 1/2 inch and angle it. You can see on the template that I have this little bit of a V. That's because I'm going to cut this at an angle. I'm going to come down about 1/2 inch, you can see from the fold, and then I'm just going to cut that off. And the reason why I clamp it is so that this will be the same. It just looks better. Okay. All right. So now that's pretty much done. But the next thing I'm going to do is, I like rounded corners. You know I do. So I'm going to round those corners. I am going to round this one, which I need my other kind of, I'm just going to put that in there kind of like this and make a rounded corner there. And then I can do that same thing for the bottom if I want. That's a little bit of white. Or I can just, again, kind of put those together and just make it like that. A little bit with the scissors, a little bit of a rounded. Okay. All right. And that kind of messed that up, didn't it? Okay. Okay, so now all we have to do is just glue it. So I'm going to fold this over. Now, actually, if you want, if you're like me and you're going for vintage, because everything I do is vintage, I just have to tell you that. So you might want to come in and do a, oh my word, do a little bit of distressing before you glue, because otherwise it will be impossible. And that's now wrinkled, but that's okay because it just helps it be old. Do the same a little bit toward the top of these, just so that when you open it, it's not stark white. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to fold this one over, and I'm going to just carefully put a little bit of glue along this edge. And then I'm going to put the same, we're going to put kind of along this edge. And then we'll fold that over so that you've got a nice top there. And then same thing on the bottom. And if you don't glue too close here to the fold, if you keep it kind of up toward the edge, then you won't have trouble with glue oozing out and then gluing the bottom shut. Yeah, so there's that. There's that. And then we can just come along and make sure we don't have any of that white stuff. I need to get some more ink. I think I'm running out. Okay. So there it is. That's finished. And this comes down, and you give it a nice crease so that it stays over the top of the book. And then you've got a nice envelope that you can now decorate. So this could be decorated any number of ways, or it can be left blank. So let's put this one in the journal. So it flips over here. And if you want, you can put other, papers and ephemera in there. This goes there. And then on this side, it is also decorative. And you can journal on here and then keep papers in the pocket. So I just am going to finish this other page with this pretty digital from the kit that I'm using. And so let me glue that down. So what I did was I sanded it, and then I made this emboss right here that frames her face. This is a pretty digital out of Lydia's kit, Raindrop Lila. And I will go ahead and list again the kits that I'm using for these journals. I think they're beautiful. But remember, you don't have to use digitals. You can use a magazine image or junk mail, other junk mail. I'm just going to put this as a tuck here in the corner. There we go. And then, of course, you can put other ephemera behind it. Okay, there we go. There's another pocket pattern. Jewelers and large jewelers envelope flip over. And I appreciate your time and hope that's helpful. And we will see you again. Thanks for being with me.